Consider yourself one of the lucky few for clicking on this video, as I believe this has the potential to be the most important Bitcoin video you watch all month. So let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Bitcoin continues to rip above the $9,000 region. And my friends, you've probably already noticed every moon boy and their brother has been dancing on the tabletops. Here it is, Kirby. We're going to the moon. And what I want to do here today, ladies and gentlemen, is observe and analyze this from a realistic standpoint. I don't want to look at this as somebody with irrational exuberance who's got $100 worth of Bitcoins trying to, a lot of people look at this with a lottery ticket mentality. I'm not here to look at this from a lottery ticket mentality. I'm here to look at this as a realist and somebody who's looking to trade this to the best of my ability and crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell. And let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right. So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, what we have to understand here is that this was an epic breakout, right? I mean, a ton of bullish confluence came in here. So let's just do a quick recap of why, from a technical analysis perspective, that this breakout occurred. Well, one, we had the falling wedge, potentially bullish pattern, wound up breaking out. We have our purple box of tentative support right there, which we can see has dated all the way back to May of 2019. So much support and resistance flips occurring within that range. Just another piece of sentiment there. If we flip on our RSI and our MACD, we did in fact have a bullish divergence form here on the RSI. Descending price action, ascending RSI, also there on the MACD as well, descending price action, ascending RSI, or ascending MACD. Let's get this crypto. And now we have to understand where we're at with the current trend. Okay, so the breakout occurred. If you missed it, you missed it. You guys know I've been in a long position since 8,288 down here, essentially at the bottom. And right now, I have been taking profits on my trade all the way up, right? I took some around 87.50. Right now, I took some again up here at 93.50, around that region. And I do still have about 25% of my original position from down here live, with a stop loss up in this vicinity here above 9,000. If the price crashes down, I'm going to take profit and then look for more opportunity. But I still am a little bit long at the time of recording, although right now there are some incredibly huge warning signs flashing, which we're going to discuss right here, right now. Let's get this crypto. So if you missed this, you can't cry over spilt milk. Oh, Kirby, do you think I should follow in right now with my Visa gift card worth of Bitcoins? Little James, that's always up to you, my friend. But let's look at what's going on here. Okay, just like we had bullish divergences on the bottom, I believe that we are starting to see some potential bearish divergences forming right now. So we could see here, we are clearly on the 4-hour time frame having a bit of descending price action with a flat line here along the top. Let's actually zoom in here. I want to make this clear so we could see it. Perfect. That's a little bit better. Okay, so here on the 4-hour, we could see that our prior high here then was eclipsed by this high up here, right? Notice the RSI, my friends. They flatlined right along the top, okay? So you had a higher high, but a flat line in the RSI. To me, that's still pretty much bearish, right? in a more perfect sense, you would rather that this is a descending line, just like down here it was ascending, right? But right now, with a neutral double top there on the RSI after sticking in a new higher high on low volume, then also seeing here on the MACD momentum, that one is clearly descending, right? That's more so of what I would have wanted to see on the RSI as well, but a flat line on the RSI mixed with a descending line there on the MACD, mixed in right now with the fact that we are coming up upon this critical level of resistance, ladies and gentlemen. Tentative historic resistance, right? This red box that I have outlined all throughout this, we'll click the wrong tool, with this box here, this whole red area, old support and resistance flips, right? All from our blow off top at 14,000. This was the range that for months, my friends, acted as quote unquote the bottom, right? And then it wound up being the trap door that gave way. Then when we had our heinous illiquid pump to the upside, 40% in one day, sheesh, an absolute liquidity debacle, if you do in fact ask me, that is where we wound up seeing our new resistance form before then our plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. And what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. We are right up into this vicinity right now while also creating all of these potential bearish divergences. So let's look for further validity here. Now we're on the daily time frame as well. This to me, my friends, also here looking like it's not a technically, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, look, we briefly just breached this, but to me, it does look like a potential flat line as well there along the top, which doesn't have to be a classic divergence, but the strength, right? What you're looking for with these divergences is the strength there, right? Are you seeing that strength being, correlated in the other metrics rather than just the price action, right? And for me right there, that's not exactly what I would have wanted to see. I would have actually have liked this price to be this high where we are at right now, and then see that RSI get even higher, right? Distinctly higher, right? Like above there. Right now, it looks very much like a flat line. Just a little bit concerning for me there as well, okay? Now, what I want to look at here as well, which could be alarming for several of you, okay, is the Bitcoin futures chart. Now, this is where the title comes in because, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, over the past several days, these clickbait people, they all come onto these streams, right? They come into the house that Don Carbonaccio built, and they go, oh, Kirby, your clickbait titles. If the title said Bitcoin going to $1 million by 2025, nobody says anything about clickbait, right? But when I tell you that, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing potential bearish confluences here on the chart, and I put in a title with a target that I'm going to explain right now for quite possibly a bearish dump. All the Moonboy degenerates, oh, Kirby, you clickbaited me. Newsflash, it's 2020. Every title on YouTube should be clickbait, or else no one's going to click their video in the first place. So if you're still even using the term clickbait in 2020, wake up, James, and splash some water on your face, because it's time to get this crypto. Sheesh! The Don is fired up. So now that we've got these clickbait degenerates out of the way, let's discuss the title and topic of the video. Where did this target come from? Well, my friends, this is the CME futures chart here for Bitcoin, and we should all know by now that these gaps have loved to fill. They've just filled so many times in the past. Almost every gap that we can find here has filled, right? Almost every one has just filled. It's like clockwork. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, and these gaps do not have to fill. But my friends, we've seen these gaps fill over and over and over and over again, all throughout time. And right now, we have two very distinct gaps here that could potentially look to fill, in my opinion. The first gap is right here between 92.55 and 92.15, which is very interesting because it falls on a level here which you would like to see the previous resistance of the swing high become potential new support, right? I think that's valid. I think it could potentially look to play out that way. A small correction followed by a newfound support, very much like we just did down here, right? Rip up, reject, newfound support, continue higher. That is what you would want to see here, in my opinion. But if it falls through that line, ladies and gentlemen, there is another glaring gap right here between 85.75 and 85.40. This to me does become a looming threat for the trend to potentially dump down to this region if this gap fills and continues lower. I would love to see that this gap fills and starts to create a support floor here and look to continue higher. That doesn't mean that this gap down here can't wind up filling a few weeks to a month or even more than that down the line. As you could see, some of these take quite some time to play out, right? But they have generally always filled in the past, my friends, regardless of how long they take. But again, past performance does not indicate future results, so it is what it is, right? Take it with a grain of salt. But just go back and look at the history for yourself and you'll see what I mean, right? But, you know, if we drop through this level here, through 92.15, I think that the probability for a dump down to fill this gap here certainly increases drastically, in my opinion. And right now, like I've stated, with all of the potential bearish confluence on the regular chart that I just showed you, with all of those bearish divergences and historic support to resistance flips coming into play, I think that it could possibly be the perfect storm for this trend to reverse potentially down into this region. Let's get this crypto. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is all over. I'm going to go back to the regular chart now. It doesn't mean that this has to be anything like a doomsday prediction, right? And first off, this isn't a prediction, right? I'm still long, my friends, right? I'm still in a long trade right now. Granted, I've taken profit, you know, pretty much from, let's get to it, about from this point and up. I took some profit here, and I took some profit at what is, at the time of recording right now, the tippy top, right? Hickory dickory dock, Don Carbonaccio took some profit at the absolute top. Let's get this crypto. And right now, the fact of the matter is that I'm still a little bit long, but if we start to drop, I'm also going to take more profit, and I could be looking for a potential double bottom type of bounce here, right? Or just a fair correction down into that $8,500 region, right? And then a bounce, something like that, right? Fill the gap and rip. It's possible, right? It's certainly possible. And then we could be looking to form somewhat of an ascending channel like this, right? Top, bottom, fill that gap, top, bottom, right? And then look to finally potentially get above this higher high here, right? Let's get this crypto. Now, from a more macro perspective, my friends, I just want you guys to really understand that it's this red box that's really the big time line in the sand for me. And what I mean by that, let's actually flip on our line chart, look at it from a better perspective here. It's just more clean, okay? What I want you guys to understand here is that for me to really confirm that this market is super bullish, I'd love to see a consolidation above 10,000, right? To get above all of these historic levels of support and resistance flips. Let's clear this range, start to consolidate above here, and then that, my friends, could look very bullish. Get above that 200-day moving average, get above all of the weekly averages, right? Let's actually flip on our 21 and 50 as well so we can see what I'm talking about here. We currently are trading above the 21 right now, but I would love to see this 21 start to curl up like this, have it be in confluence with the 50 turning upwards, the 200 turning upwards, get all of these moving upwards again, consolidating above this range, and then, my friends, it could be very, very bullish indeed. But until that happens, there is always still that looming threat in the back of my mind right now that this still could just be a continuation of the bull market, or excuse me, the complete opposite, rather, a continuation of the bear market. That threat, in my opinion, is always still looming. as at the end of the day, we still haven't created a macro higher high, right? We haven't done it. And Bitcoin is at an area right now seeing potential bearish divergences, seeing that potential, those gaps that could potentially be filled down here. We haven't stuck in the higher high, and that higher high coincides with all of these underbellies of support and resistance flips. My friends, do not rule it out of the equation that this could be a potential little bull trap here, right? Especially considering the low volume and low liquidity in these markets right now. Let's get this crypto. And like I was saying, guys, with my trade, you know, you don't always catch the bottom and sell the top, right? It's just that this one in particular worked out beautifully. I was saying it on yesterday's stream if you are subscribed here. And if you're not subscribed already, well, welcome to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and when you tick it, make sure you click and select all. I only upload once per day, but these analyses are best consumed in a timely fashion right when I upload, so you see the charts almost exactly as I see it. Let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. But like I said, if you're subscribed here on yesterday's stream, I was just pointing out that you know, the plethora of confluence at this very specific range was rare. You rarely have so many things come into confluence. It almost looked too good to be true. And that's why I went long there. And right now, with what we're seeing potentially beginning to be a little bit worrisome for me, I am beginning to take profits. Like I said, I still have some skin in the game right now, long, with a stop loss in profit right now. So if this trend is to crocodile tooth back down, I'm going to get stopped out still above 9,000, and have taken, you know, the majority, or well, half of my profits all the way up here in the top of the range, half middle way through the range. Let's get this crypto. And like I was saying, guys, I keep my VIPs up to date with literally every trade setup idea that I have in real time. Every time that I set up a trade, every time that I move a stop loss, take a profit, such as everything that I've been saying for you here, I post all of that for you around the clock, 24/7 in VIP. So if you're not already in my VIP, I do not know what you're waiting for. Today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. With the volatility being absolutely insane here, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know I'm not looking for the little soup in a sandwich trades. Don Carbonaccio is looking for the whole entire restaurant. And these are the restaurant type of trades, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's why, you know, these moon boys, they go crazy, right? When we're trading sideways, just to show you guys what I deal with, right? On a daily basis from these degenerates that post and comment and banter. We're talking about moves like this, right? Where, you know, Bitcoin will just be trading sideways, doing absolutely nothing. And then we'll get like a little wick right here like this. See, Kirby, you should have went long. What are you doing? Where? These people are sick, ladies and gentlemen. They have a sickness, right? Like they should actually see a therapist. The thing is that I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader. And I'm not looking for, oh, Kirby, but there was a 1% candle, Kirby, a 1% candle. Get out of here, James. Get out of here. I don't care about your 1% candle. Stunad. Don Carbonaccio is here for these 14% candles, ladies and gentlemen. The whole restaurant. Forget the soup and a sandwich. That's what I'm personally looking for, right? Swing highs, swing lows, the whole entire macro / micro move of the structure. Let's get this crypto. So right now, you know, if this is to potentially swing down here like this, all the way back down, I'm going to be looking for plays here, whether that's shorting it to the downside, whether that's buying the dip, looking for entries, right? Potentially on something like a Fibonacci retracement. Let's pull this up here just so that we can get an idea. If this is in fact to be the top, which I cannot distinctively say yet, we haven't even pulled back to our first Fibonacci target yet, so I cannot say that yet, right? But if we are, you know, maybe something down here in this region, right, anywhere between these three, if more confluences come in, if we start to develop patterns, etc., maybe I'm looking for another long, right, to possibly create that upward ascending channel that we've been talking about, right? Things like this. Let's get this crypto. All of my trade setup ideas will be posted for you exclusively in VIP. Do not be taking that trip to Rect City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler, ladies and gentlemen. Sheesh. Everybody's dancing on the tabletops. No one wants to talk about the potential bearishness here. I don't know why. Maybe I do. Maybe it's because no one is trading. They're all just hodling, so they have a bias towards wanting it to just go up and up and up without actually looking at the chart at all. Sheesh. Right? And like I said, I'm not completely out of my position because this is only technical analysis. It doesn't have to play out. I'm just looking for probabilities, right? That's why I still have some, because maybe it defies and negates the bearish divergences, completely ignores it, and we just continue to rip. And that is why I still have some of my position on the table, right? And if it does begin to fall, well, I'm going to take the rest of my profit and look for re-entry for another potentially high reward, low risk trade setup to crush this market and get this crypto. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. So like I've stated, if you're not already in my VIP, ladies and gentlemen, sheesh, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. I'm looking to get aggressive in this range. It is what it is right now. The volatility is back, and so is the Don. I'm ready to get this crypto. Are you? Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this here today, smack a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It really does help the channel. So a thumbs up would be very, very appreciated. Moon the likes. And if you haven't already, as I stated earlier, if you're new here, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. And when you tick the bell, it's going to give you a few options. It will say all, personalized, or none. Select all. I only upload once per day. And if it says personalized, which I believe is by default, you're not going to get every notification. So I'm not going to bombard you with notifications. It's just once per day. So subscribe, tick the little bell, make sure it says all. I will see you in the next one. And most importantly, I will see you in VIP right now after this video, where I am going to be looking to trade this whole range aggressively. I'll be posting exclusively all of my trade setup ideas for you there in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. What do you think about the gaps? Are they potentially going to fill? Is this bearish target potentially going to bring us back down into the $8,500 region? We'll have to see. Let me know what you think with a comment down below. I'm ready to crush it. I'm ready to get this crypto. My friends, I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.